All right, and we are live. Welcome back with Murphy Mack to another episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast. I hope you all had a great day today. Today is Wednesday. I normally do this on Monday, but I had some things come up, couldn't do it, so we're gonna knock it out today. Still gotta get on here and provide y'all some value for the week, so you know what it is. We're gonna get in here, and today's topic we're gonna talk about something that I just got this week and I'm starting to do, but we're gonna talk about ice baths. So the pros and cons of taking ice baths, who should take them, who shouldn't take them, or why you should, why you shouldn't, things like that. So yeah, before we get into the podcast, I'm gonna update y'all about myself. Nothing new, really. Still just training for the Ironman, doing 2 days a week. I actually got a deload this week, so it's kind of nice. It's a little bit easier workload on my body. My body definitely needs some recovery, so it's been nice this week to kind of have a. It's been nice mentally to kind of have like a break. So it hasn't been training hasn't been as tough this week, so it's been nice. I hit a personal best distance this weekend on Sunday. I ran 13.1 miles, so that's a half marathon. That's by far the furthest I've ever ran before. So I was pretty proud about that. That was kind of like a milestone for me to hit. I was only supposed to run, like my run was 2 hours and 15 minutes. And I got to like the 12, I was like 12.9 something miles. And I was like, you know what? I got to get to the half marathon. So I went ahead and finished it out to 13.1. I did it in 2 hours and 16 minutes, which I really wasn't pushing for time. I probably could do it faster, but yeah, that's how it goes. So yeah, enough of that. We're gonna hop into the quick tip of the podcast, and the quick tip today is just go harder. Like push yourself a little bit harder. See what you're actually capable of, because you'll surprise yourself. Like your body can go a little bit harder. Actually, it can go a lot harder and a lot longer than what you think it can, than what your mind will allow you to do. Because your mind's going to tell you to stop. When things get hard, when things get tough, or you get out of breath, or whatever you're doing, you're going to want to stop. Like your mind's going to say, you can't do this no more. You need to stop. But at the same time, your body can keep going. Your body can keep pushing as long as you're mentally tough enough to keep going. So my challenge for you for my tip this week is push yourself that one more. Like go one more. Do one more rep, do one more lap, one more mile, whatever it is you're doing. Just do one more, and I promise you'll surprise yourself. You can actually do it. Yeah, it may suck while you're doing it. It may not be fun, but after you get done doing it, you're gonna get that. You're gonna feel that reward. You're gonna be accomplished after you do it. And you're gonna feel good about it. I promise. So yeah, just there's a YouTuber I like to watch. His name's Nick Bear, and his slogan is "Go one more." So I think that's a good one. It's a good slogan to live by. Just go one more. So pretty much you can apply that in anything in your life. And you'll be surprised where it'll take you. So that's kind of like, for example, what I just talked about when I was running my marathon. I mean, when I did the half marathon, I wasn't supposed to run that far, but I got close to it, and I was like, you know what? I bet I can get it. I bet I can go further. So I kept pushed myself a little bit harder, and I hit a milestone for me, a half marathon. That was pretty cool. So I was pretty proud about that. But yeah, enough about that. We're going to hop into the main portion of the podcast, which is pros and cons of taking ice baths or cold plunges. I don't know what y'all call it. Where I'm from, we call it an ice bath. Some people call it cold plunge, cold therapy, getting in a cold body of water, basically. So some pros of taking ice baths are it can reduce inflammation. So ice baths are mainly known for like athletes that are doing some kind of hard performance. So a lot of athletes do them after full recovery. So it's because it's good for reducing inflammation. So if you get in the cold water, it constricts your blood vessels. So it reduces swelling and inflammation in the body. So it's good for recovery, obviously. And the next one is it speeds up recovery. So ice baths are believed to enhance muscle recovery by reducing muscle soreness and speeding up the removal of metabolic waste products. So I looked up all these. I looked up these on the internet. So if you it sounds like I'm reading, that's because I'm reading off my notes. I'm not a pro on, or anything on ice baths. I just started taking them like this week. I bought myself one of those portable ice baths that you've probably seen on social media. They make like little portable ones now. So I bought myself one and I've been doing them. And so far, I kind of enjoyed them, but hadn't really done them long enough or enough to really reap the benefits from them. But I'm gonna keep doing them, especially with all my Ironman training that I'm doing. It's absolutely crucial that I recover because I'm doing 2-a-days, 6 days a week, and I'm doing a long run on that seventh day. So I'm putting my body through a lot of stress. So it's recovery for me is absolutely crucial during this time. So that's why I got it. So that's why I'm talking about. That's what I wanted to talk about on the podcast today because it's something that's fresh on my mind, and I'm kind of learning about it too. So I wanted to share with y'all what I've learned so far with ice baths. So that's why we're here. So yeah, speeds up recovery. That's number 2. Number 3, enhanced circulation. So the sudden cold exposure can stimulate blood circulation and increase the oxygen and the nutrient delivery to the muscle and the tissues. So it's good for blood flow throughout the body. When you damage a muscle, you need to pump it with that blood to make it recover faster. So it has all the nutrients that it needs to recover, to rebuild itself. Number 4, mental rejuvenation. So ice baths can improve mental alertness, increase focus, and provide sense of refreshment. So this is a big one. This is one of the main reasons that I wanted to do it because it can just get you, like, it can help with your mindset. If you can sit in a cold body of water for a long time, that absolutely sucks. That you can pretty much do anything because when you're doing something else in your normal daily routine and it starts to suck, you're going to be able to handle that situation better because you sat in an ice bath that morning or that day before and you handle that situation. So it's just going to help you better prepare yourself mentally for obstacles that come up in your daily life. So that's kind of one of the benefits that I wanted to I forgot the word. That's one of the benefits that I wanted to get out of taking ice baths. So number 5, endurance training aid. Athletes often use ice baths to improve their performance and endurance by reducing fatigue and promoting recovery between intense training sessions. So this is exactly what I was just talking about, Ironman training. It's good for letting my body recover so I can have a good workout the next day. I don't want my body to be super sore or torn down or get an injury or something because I got to keep training. So this is good for that aid in recovery. And then number 6 is a mood booster. So cold exposure triggers the release of endorphins and increases the production of norepinephrine. It's a neurotransmitter associated with mood elevation. So it can just put you in a better mood. Kind of goes back to what I said earlier, that it helps you better prepare for difficult situations in life. So something that would have ticked you off one day, now that you have this ice baths and you have better mental clarity, you may not react that way so negatively in the future. You may better react to negative things, and you can handle the situation in a more professional manner. But yeah, it can just put you in a better mood. It's one of those things that it sucks while you're doing it, but when you get done doing it, it feels good. Like you feel good about it. It's just like working out. It sucks while you're working out. You're pushing your body, doing hard things, but when you get done, you feel good about it. Like you're glad that you did it. So ice baths have many benefits. Actually, there was one more. Hold on, I gotta scroll down. So this was kind of controversial, but I believe it. Some people don't. But ice baths have been said to help you lose weight. So how can it help you lose weight? Well, it can increase your calorie expenditure. So this one, I don't really believe is much of a helps you lose a lot of weight, but exposure to cold temperatures it stimulates thermogenesis. So it's the process of generating heat in the body. So when you're exposed to that cold water in an ice bath, your body has to work harder to maintain its core temperature. So that leads to your body burning more calories, to expending more calories. So this additional energy expenditure may contribute to overall calorie burning and potential aid in weight loss. So probably not a lot of calories you're burning extra due to this, but it definitely is because your body has to work harder to keep the insides warm because your body has to stay at a certain temperature. So you're going to burn more calories that way. But the number one reason I think it helps you burn fat is because it ice baths activate brown fat. So brown fat, if you don't know what it is, it it's fat that burns calories to generate heat. So you have what you call um, white fat. So white fat is what stores energy, and then brown fat burns calories to generate heat. So activating this brown fat can help increase your metabolic rate and potentially assist in weight management. So that's one of the main reasons it can help you lose weight. Another one is appetite suppression. So cold exposure, it can temporarily suppress your appetite. So when your body is exposed to cold, it releases hormones like norepinephrine, which can decrease feelings of hunger. So by reducing your appetite, ice baths may indirectly contribute to weight loss by reducing your calorie intake. And then also mental and behavioral effects. Ice baths can mentally be challenging and require discipline to endure the cold discomfort. So engaging in regular ice baths may foster mental resilience and discipline. So this can extend to other areas of your life, including maintaining a healthy diet and exercise routine, leading to weight management. So that's how ice baths can help you lose weight uh, as well. But with all these good things that ice baths do for you, there are some cons when it comes to taking ice baths. And number one, first and foremost, is they suck. Discomfort. Ice baths can be uncomfortable. They can be mentally challenging uh, due to intense cold. Not everyone enjoys or tolerates the experience. But I do have to say, the more you do them, the easier they get. Like you'll get used to them after a while, and then you'll kind of tend to kind of enjoy them in a way, and they won't suck as bad because you'll be used to having that discomfort when you do them. So yeah, the first few times you do them, they definitely gonna suck. They're gonna be cold. It's not gonna be comfortable. Number two, risk of hyperthermia. So prolonged exposure to extreme cold can lead to hyperthermia if precautions are not taken. So it's important to monitor the duration and the temperature of the water um, carefully because you don't want to give yourself hyperthermia. That would not be good. Number three, skin irritation. Cold temperatures and prolonged exposure can cause skin irritation, redness, and potentially damage the skin barrier. So it's crucial to protect the skin by limiting the time spent in the bath and using appropriate techniques. So when you're first starting out, all you really need is like 3 minutes in an ice bath, and then you can kind of work your way up from there. So 3 to 5 minutes is a good place to start. I don't think it's recommended to do anything longer than like 15 minutes, maybe. I think the max you should do, maybe 10 minutes. So yeah, I would just start at 3 to 5 minutes and then slowly over time work your way up. So number four, there's limited scientific evidence. So while many athletes and fitness enthusiasts swear by ice baths, scientific research on their effectiveness is limited. So more studies are needed to fully understand their psychological impact. But with the popularity of ice baths recently, I'm expecting to see a lot more research and studies done on these because a lot more people are doing them now, not just athletes. Normal people in their everyday life are doing them from the benefits that they have. And then number five, individual variability. So people's response to cold exposure varies. Some individuals may experience more benefits, while others may not find it as effective or beneficial. So it's just like working out, losing weight. Everybody's body is different. Everybody reacts to different stimuluses. So everybody may not see the same benefits as somebody else, or they may get more side effects from it than somebody else. So it kind of depends on person to person. So, and the next one is potential contradictions. So, ice baths may not be suitable for individuals with certain medical conditions, such as Raynaud's disease. I don't know what that is. Frostbite, cardiovascular issues. So, it's important to consult with your healthcare professional before attempting any ice baths. Obviously, you want to talk to your doctor first, and that goes with anything that you're going to do physically. So yeah, those are just some cons of taking ice baths. I'm sure there's more, but that's just the main ones that we thought of. So that's basically all you have. That's like the breakdown of pros and cons. It's clear that ice baths can provide some potential benefits, but they also can have their fair share of challenges and risks. So as with any health practice, it's essential to consider your individual needs, your preferences, and consult your doctor before incorporating these into your routine. If you played some kind of sport in your life, you more than likely have taken one before. But I think it's one of those things that you have to do consistently over time to kind of see the benefits from it. I mean, yeah, you may see some reduced inflammation benefits if you just do it once, but to get all the benefits and like the mental benefits and things like that, you kind of need to take them on a regular basis. So that's all I got for pros and cons of ice baths. Like I said, I'm pretty new to them myself. I'm still learning things about them, but I've just been seeing a lot of stuff about ice baths on the internet lately. So I thought it'd be a pretty cool topic to get on here and talk about because it's something that I'm going to start doing and implementing to my own routine. So I'll give you an update later as I do them some more and let y'all know how it goes. So with that being said, we're going to hop into the next portion of the podcast, which is the motivational quote or the fitness quote for the week. And today's quote we have: strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things you once thought you couldn't do. So I'll read it again. Strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things you once thought you couldn't do. So what this quote means to me is it means, yeah, there's physical strength that you have that you say you couldn't bench press 135. And you can, when you get stronger, when you build that strength over time, you can eventually overcome that and bench 135. And what at one time you didn't think you could do it because you didn't have the actual strength to do it. But once you build up that strength, then obviously you could. So that's like the physical side of it. But I think this quote is talking more of like the mental side of things. You mentally don't think you could do it. Like I didn't think I could run a half marathon, but I did it. And now I know that I can do it. So I thought I couldn't do it, but I built up my strength to get there. I built it over time. And now that I did it, now I know I can do it. So that's where that strength comes in. Like I'm stronger now because of the work that I put in to get there. So that's kind of how I interpret that quote. Yeah, so that really applies for any aspect of life, not just working out or running or anything like that. Pretty much anything that you do in life, you probably are not very confident with it at first. You probably don't think you can do it, but as you practice it, you get better at it. You improve upon it all over that time. That's when you build the strength in whatever it is that you're trying to do, and then it just becomes second nature at that point. So yeah, that's all I got about the quote. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the quote, how you interpret it yourself. Send me a DM. If you got any topics for the podcast, let me know. Shoot me a DM on social media at Murphy Mac Fit. If you have any questions, you just want to talk, maybe get some workout ideas, anything like that, I'd love to give you the best advice that I can. I'm not a professional by no means. I'm just your average fitness enthusiast that loves working out, loves pushing himself, challenging himself, and seeing what I'm capable of. So that's all I am. And I like to get on here and spread some value to y'all. Maybe y'all can learn something from the podcast because that's my goal. If one person takes one thing from the podcast, then the podcast episode was successful, in my opinion. Yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. I will catch y'all next week on the next episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast. So peace, love, protein. We out.